Hey.
What happened to the Seattle Seahawks, bro?
I guess teams just started to figure us out.
Yeah.
We've been running deep past ever since Pete got there. It's play action, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, go deep. Team just said we just not gonna let y'all go deep.
I have two Seahawks who have told me privately they are frustrated with Pete Carroll's offense. DK Metcalf now is the third, although he didn't tell me specifically. So 3 of the 11 starters. Listen, there are 3 teams in the NFL that are known as rushing teams. New England's one. They have to. Have you seen their receivers? Baltimore's a second. They have a quarterback who at this point runs better than throws. I get it. And then there's Tennessee. Well, they have a mountain in shoulder pads in Derrick Henry. Seattle is the one that wants to be the fourth. Why? They've got a star receiver. Oh, and a really good number 2 and a star quarterback. Ask yourself this. The last 4 teams in the NFL this year, Green Bay, Tampa, Kansas City, Buffalo, all had 2 things. A star quarterback and a star receiver. Oh, wait, Seattle did 2 and lost a wild card game. What is Pete Carroll's insistence on running the ball? This is now the 3rd Seahawks offensive player frustrated with Seattle's schemes. Now, Brian Schottenheimer's gone. Maybe it changes. But the smartest offensive coach in the NFL is Andy Reid. He has abandoned the run lots of times. Think about this. This stat's amazing. Patrick Mahomes has lost 9 total games in the NFL. 9 total. In those losses, opponents have scored on average 36 points. That's how you beat Patrick Mahomes. Going forward, outscoring him. Think you're going to marginalize him at 2017. It's not going to happen. The only way to beat Mahomes, he is now the standard, is got to score about 36 points. Not going to do that running the football. That's why Lamar Jackson has had great success against everybody except Patrick Mahomes. Lamar's not currently built to win shootouts against Patrick Mahomes. Could be, maybe, not currently. That's why Tennessee long-term is not built probably to beat them. And if Seattle runs, either will they. Tyler Dunn, NFL writer, he broke a story about a year ago that was critical of Aaron Rodgers. Aaron didn't love all the things in it, but Tyler is a national guy, Packers reporter, golongtd.com. TD, Tyler Dunn. He'll be joining us next. He won our Big J Journalism Award last time he was on the show. For the year, we gave a Big J Journalism Award out. We've only ever given out one. We invented it for him. We liked his journalism so much. When it comes to finding the perfect bouquet for your Valentine, it pays to plan ahead with 1-800-Flowers.com. First dibs on great deals to best selection of Valentine's Day roses. Don't wait to wow. Up your love game today. Called some members of the media, DBs. I'm not going to say the word on television. Not talking cornerbacks and safeties. He said, the reason I spoke out, I have to speak out sometimes is because all these blankety-blank DBs talk about me all the time. And my first thought was, I cannot imagine Brady or Russell Wilson saying that word or Mahomes saying that word publicly. My second thing is, Aaron, 90% of the coverage of Aaron Rodgers is overwhelmingly favorable. We fawn over Aaron Rodgers. I mean, good God, 5 years ago, he had 1 Super Bowl. We were calling him the GOAT. Brady had like 4 or 5.
I mean, truly, if it was anyone else but Aaron Rodgers in that moment not running the ball in, we would do a week straight.
We'd crush them. We would crush them.
Like, Matt LaFleur kicking that field goal kind of just made us forget that even happens.
Yeah, like you said it yesterday. Matt LaFleur, Aaron should give a debt of gratitude, a thank you note to Matt LaFleur because he took the hit for the loss because of that play call.
Yeah, send him some scotch.
Some scotch. But I think this. Kevin Durant is just more sensitive. Aaron Rodgers is just more sensitive. Kevin Durant, 90% of Kevin Durant's coverage is overwhelmingly fawning. I mean, I've said before, he's the best. I can't think of anybody since Jordan that I'm like, I need a basket. I would take Kevin over LeBron just getting a basket. He's incredible. But he gets very sensitive to the 10% of negative stuff. Aaron is, I'm considered tough on Aaron. Go back and take my last 50 rants. 25 are fawning over him. And then about 10 are, calling him out for some of his, what I consider he's above what he's doing. But
it's not nice to call people names.
I know.
I do it sometimes.
It hurt. He called me a name yesterday.
Was he specifically talking to you? It felt like he was talking to you.
Yeah, I kind of felt like Aaron was.
I don't think you're a DB.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, and McAfee let him get away with it. McAfee didn't even question it. Pat, journalism. I know you're a punter. Joy Taylor with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News, sponsored by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
Well, speaking of Aaron Rodgers, Aaron, I can confirm Colin is not a DB.
And that I don't hate Aaron.
And that he doesn't hate you, yes.
No, I this morning, he has a house in Malibu. If he came here, I would give him an hour, and I would let him take shots at me. I think Aaron and I in the air would be great.
I agree, that would be fun.
I would let him take shots at me all day long. I think he's a contractual thing. He wouldn't do it. But like I said with Baker Mayfield, I wouldn't give him a whole hour. I'd give Baker half an hour.
Baker came on the show before.
I would put Baker on here. In a second, I'd give him. I don't give anybody. I gave Bill Simmons and Bob Costas half an hour. I don't give half an hours up. I would give Baker a half hour. Take shots at me. I don't care. Let's talk. We're
Baker came on the show and did that.
We're men. Men. We can. Men.
Face each other like men.
Give me a wrench. I'm a man.
Well, anyway, he made some comments about his future being uncertain, and then he sort of downplayed the speculation that he wouldn't be with the Packers next season.
Now, obviously, after the season that I had and, potentially win an MVP, and, we obviously made it another good run, I don't think that there's any reason why I wouldn't be back. But, look, I think there's not many absolutes, as you guys know, in this business. So to make an absolute statement about something that is not an absolute, just I didn't do it, and I guess that's why I went kind of nuts.
I don't think he was nuts. I just think I prefer as a coach he didn't do that, but I get it. I get it.
Well, he's not wrong in that there's no sense in speaking in absolutes. I don't think people speak in absolutes about anything. There are very few absolutes in life. So I get what he's saying. Like, why? What's the point of me saying I'm absolutely going to be back?
His Pro Bowl center and his Pro Bowl running back are free agents.
Right.
He could have, as Nick Wright said, what he's doing is telling his front office, re-sign them and pay for them.
I don't think that Aaron Rodgers is unhappy in Green Bay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I don't think he should be unhappy in Green Bay. He has much more power, control, and influence in Green Bay than he may have in other places.
Isn't it fair to say this, though? He can... I got about 10 examples. He can do the passive-aggressive thing.
Oh, he's very passive-aggressive.
Okay.
Yes. But there's ways... That's how he communicates.
Okay,
though.
that's right. That's how he does it.
Yes. Like, I think we can safely say that's like his tone and everything.
Yeah.
He's a little sarcastic, and that's just how he talks. But
I would like him to come on this show and kind of rip me. I'm kind of for it. I'm all for it. I really am. I like confrontation. As long as it's
you
not...
You definitely like confrontation.
Joel Klatt crushes me. Nick Wright crushes me. As long as it's not mean-spirited, I would never... But I would tell... If Aaron sat there, I'd say, listen, you're a smart guy. You're smart. You're a little passive-aggressive. I would have no problem. If I ran into him at Nobu, I'd say that. If he came up to me and confronted me, I'd say, Aaron, you're a little passive-aggressive. I call you out on it.
Well, I think... Because he recently had a divorce as well.
Well, not...
It was Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
He obviously had a role to play in him not being there anymore.
Yeah.
And as of today,
he was right. Yeah. Quarterbacks have a right. Deshaun Watson and Aaron Rodgers have earned the right to have an opinion. Now, in Deshaun's case, he's doing it publicly because privately it's not working.
Right. And he probably did have those conversations privately, and they did not live up to them.
And maybe in Aaron's world, he's having them privately, and they're not working either. So Aaron feels like, I'll drop a bomb publicly to get the ball moving.
Entirely possible. And I don't have a problem with him saying that after the game either. To Coach Wanstad's point, these are extremely emotional moments. You just lost the NFC Championship game that you just lost last year on an MVP season. You really should have won that game. And, what you say after that game, I'm not going to hold against you. Like, you're in an emotional space. That's why I was never mad at Cam Newton for being emotional for losing the Super Bowl. He just lost the Super Bowl. What's he supposed to be? Happy?
I don't like Aaron calling people names. I think I would say this. He's above that.
Yeah, I like to think I'm above that too, but I still do it. Sometimes people make you mad. Tom Brady has proven that he can win without Bill Belichick getting back to the Super Bowl in his first season away from New England. Meanwhile, Belichick and the Patriots are well into their offseason after a 7-9 year, which was the worst record the franchise has had since 2000. And Tom Sr., Brady's father, took a little shot at Bill. He told the Boston Herald that he's guessing Belichick is on a little bit of a hot seat right now. He said that Robert Kraft reached out to Tom after the game to congratulate him on making the Super Bowl, and Bill didn't.
Hot seat's probably a little strong.
Well, maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he's just referring to the hot seat in the non-biz traditional sense of, like, you know, people are kind of coming at him right now, and we're just like, he's under a little bit of a microscope of what he's going to do next. In the biz, hot seat means you're coaching for your job. Bill Belichick's job is quite secure.
But Robert Kraft is 80. Billionaires aren't patient. How about another bad season?
Fires Bill Belichick?
No, I'm saying, what if Belichick goes 6-10 and then Mac Jones is a bust if they draft him? You don't think Kraft's going to sit down and